If you're not using this version of Root Riders, you're missing out. We know the Root Rider is one of the strongest troops in Clash of Clans right now. With its ability to walk through walls and lead your army right through the middle of a base, a lot of people are blaming the Root Rider for this easy meta right now. They're just a scapegoat, it's really hero equipment, but they catch a lot of flack. But when the Root Riders came out at Town Hall 16, we also got a new spell, the Overgrowth spell, and people were kind of using this and playing with it and kind of just brushed it aside. Well, here at Mad Ram, we love the Overgrowth and we love Root Riders. And Skeens, a longtime member of Mad Ram, has been showing everyone in the clan this Root Rider with Overgrowth attack. This attack is really nuts. It uses a siege barracks in here and then overgrowths to direct traffic right through the middle of the base. This is really fun, and we've been using it a few different ways, but we pretty much use 3 overgrowths on all of our attacks right now. It is even wild. We even have Chad who uses 4 overgrowths, but you pretty much use these overgrowths to cut off sections of the base and just push those roots through. As you see here, he cut off this bottom funnel so the roots would go right up the middle. The king would set that outside funnel with the barracks, and then he's just going to continue using these overgrowths to push the roots right on through the base. He puts a freeze in there on the single, and then that last overgrowth comes in here, and this just allows these Roots Riders to not take too much damage and work through this base. This army is crazy insane. We're putting up really high numbers for us. I'm not even gonna lie. I know it's an easy meta, but even for us, like, we just put up 40 in this last war. We're leading our Clan War League group. Well, I guess the new day has started, so we might be behind at this point, but after War 3, we are winning our group, and this attack is a big reason why. We're going to show you guys a few examples of this, but I want to talk about the army right after this. And the one thing that's really interesting is the hero equipment on this. If we take a look at Skeen's hero equipment, his king uses Vamp Stash with Giant Gauntlet, and that's how his king's able to do a full lap around the base. Vamp Stash with Giant Gauntlet, then we got the Archer Puppet with the Invisibility Vial, then we got Healing Tome with Eternal Tome, and finally, Hog Puppet with the Haste Vial here on the Royal Champion. I'm using a little bit of different things, but this is what Skeens is using, and he kind of came up with this. And also notice on his king, we don't use Phoenix on the king. We either use Frosty or we use the Yak. Phoenix is kind of pointless because the king shouldn't die on this attack, is the way it was explained to me. Now, my hero equipment setup is looking a little bit different than Skeens. I am going Vamp Stash, Giant Gauntlet on the king. I like that. And then on the queen, I like the Frozen Arrow in there, just because, like, with the overgrowths taking out sections of the base, I feel like we can get away with not using that Archer Puppet on any root attack. I think Eternal Tome and Healing Tome is the way to go. And I like Hog Puppet, but I like the Royal Gem. The Royal Gem with that heal on activation basically gives the RC a second life. Now, one thing to note is we are seeing a couple of different variations of this with the Skeens attack. He likes to use 2 of the Apprentice Wardens here, where we show off right here. 2 Apprentice Wardens, 10 of the Roots, and 10 Valks. And honestly, that's fine. I haven't really had any time issues with this, and I'm going to show off my attack, but I just want to show this one off from Skeens because he kind of uses his overgrowths differently on the flanks of this box base here, but all the roots end up walking around. I like to kind of stack them on one side just to kind of keep those roots pushing up. Let me show you guys my attack from this war. I mean, this is a 3-star. Skeens is perfect throughout this week. Skeens has been crushing it. I'm not one to criticize him. I'm just like kind of taking and learning and trying to get better. And I went from the Zap Lalo to this attack because it's so much easier. So again, I take out one of those Apprentice Wardens just for some cleanup troops. We got a Wizard in there, we got a Minion, and then a couple of Headhunters. I like the Headhunters, especially on a base like this. So notice here, we put the king with the barracks, and I like to have my king kind of work towards where I'm going with the roots. I'm going to have my king walk through here because I'm planning on sending the roots through the middle of the base. And then the overgrowth on the opposite side. And if there's a defense you miss, I mean, we could have put the overgrowth back here. Wouldn't have been an issue. If there's a defense you miss, I like to just use a couple of roots with the Valkyries just to set that funnel. And then we're going to full send right up the middle here and just allow everything to work. Oh, it's so easy, guys. It's so easy. So obviously we have the Headhunters in here to deal with those enemy heroes, like to get that rage in. And then what I like to do with the second overgrowth is I say right up the road a little bit. So we put this one here a little bit further down the base, a little bit up the road. We put in that next overgrowth. We got Clan Castle troops coming up. And on the third one, honestly, we would probably be a really good set to put it here. But I kind of make it a little bit of a calculated error, but not really. We crush this base in like a minute 40. And I like to kind of overflow it here just to protect that queen, although she wasn't really in trouble. But I just want that queen working. And then one thing to notice, last time I'll stop it, is when the super hogs come out of the siege barracks, that's when I like to use my royal champion with those hog riders. Pretty sure Skeens runs his in with the hog, or with like the main group of troops, but I like to run it in with the hogs. But I think again on this base we could have got away with the overgrowth there, but you protect your roots from so much damage here that you have roots left up at the end. You're able just to crush on through the base. The RCs and like it's just so good here, guys. I will link the army down there in the description if you guys want to try this out in your CWL. It doesn't take much practice. Maybe hit a couple FCs with it. On these style bases, it's essentially free 3 stars. Not even exaggerating. It can be sloppy. It doesn't have to be perfect. But on these boxy style bases, you should 3-star every single time with this. I've been swagging out hero abilities, swagging out spells. Like, we just have so much left over at the end of these attacks. And this is the last replay I'm going to show because this base really annoys me. Like the Pokeball base here, Chad beats it using 4 overgrowths. Mostly everyone is using 3. Chad's got to be different. He can't just go with the crowd. He's got to use 4 of them. But it's the same concepts here. He's going to use those overgrowths to push everything into this core. And once that core is gutted, he can work around the outside. Notice Yak is in here to break through the walls. Again, we don't need Phoenix on the King. We want the Yak, we want Frosty in there, one of those two just to help out. Overgrowth goes in. If remember, he's got 4 of them. Overgrowth goes in, and it's just going to set the path to get everything going in here. And look, it's even going to bring the King back so the King can follow through. Takes out some more of those defenses, and he's going to go ahead and hit that Warden ability nice and early and push everything right through the core. He's got all these overgrowths working, taking out some of those key defenses, and it is a thing of beauty. This works out so nicely because essentially you're just attacking a section of the base at a time with some of the strongest troops we've ever seen in Clash of Clans. Yes, Root Riders have been nerfed twice, but they are so strong. And with how strong heroes are with their equipment, it's just absolutely insane. So look at this. He works through the middle. The RC is going to work in there with those roots and just gut everything out of this core. But in the meantime, everything's going to do a lap around the outside here and finish this one off. So if you do see this one in CWL, that's an easy way to crush it. Just bring in 4 overgrowths and go to work. So he's got that haste vial working. I'm honestly between haste vial and the hog puppet. I don't think I would ever go. I know they're using it and having a lot of success. I'm just me being stubborn. I really love that royal gem on there. That healing on the royal gem is just so nice. So that's why I'm sticking with the royal gem. I don't know. Obviously it's working for these guys. They're having a lot of success with it. 3-star after 3-star. We see it right here. It's another 3-star. But let's try this one out live. Maybe I'll just blow and smoke up your sleeves here and you guys have no idea. Maybe I'm just, making this all up that this is good. But I mean, 38 stars, another 38 stars here in War 2, and then even a 40-star here in War 3. I think we're doing pretty good with this one. All right, guys, so this is my version of the army. I do like to take out one of the Apprentice Wardens for some cleanup here. Skeens will just run 10 Roots, 10 Valks, and 2 Apprentice Wardens. And then as far as the CC, you want the Siege Barracks in there with some Super Hogs, and then you can run a second freeze. I like having the Poison in there for my Clan Castle. And then let's go ahead and let's get this live attack in, and let's see how we do. All right, we got a centralized Town Hall. That's kind of annoying. It's identifying where things are on the base. We got double poison in there. We got Eagle over here. Okay. I feel like this is a good candidate for the first overgrowth, like over here. We can probably run King from the top side and then run everything through. But we want to put our King in first with the barracks, and then we want to overgrowth on the opposite side. So we're going to overgrowth right through here, and then we want that King to kind of pair up with everything. So we're going to give him a lane to go through this base. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to send in all this right through here. Get that all working. Beautiful. We're going to go ahead and get that. And then again, a little bit up the road, we're going to place in our next overgrowth. And go ahead and work through there with the poison. We're just going to allow this all to work through the middle here. Let's go ahead and send in a couple of headhunters here. And then I'm going to go ahead and hit Warden's ability just because we're stuck a little bit here. All right, nice. We're working. Let's go ahead and let's re-freeze that, or re-overgrowth that. Nice. All right, good. And then as those hogs are coming out, we're going to put RC in there. And we're going to go ahead and storm forward with our last rage. Pretty simple right here, guys. Pretty simple on this one. All right, let's see how we do. Working through, looking good. Yeah, I feel like it's working fine for us. We got plenty of roots in there. We got our King in there. We got our Queen in there. And then the last section should become alive right now. Yeah, that's perfect. This last section is available via attack as everything's like taken out. You just want to section the base off. That's kind of how you want to think of it. Just sectioning the base off. You can go ahead and hit that hog puppet to work through there. Ugh. We got a Tesla back there. We'll let that Tesla stay back there. Go ahead and hit King ability. All right, Eagle's going down. Nice. King's fine. Again, we got the Vamp Stash on the King. Yeah, it's so many just random buildings on this base. What the heck? So many random buildings on this base. I wonder if we can get this Tesla out with the stuff that's over here. Maybe. We're gonna try. All right, we got these hogs in here. Let's just throw all this right there. I don't know why I put the goblin in there. It's not gonna clean it up, obviously. But, ooh, we get that. Nice. So we don't have to circle back. There we go. Nice and simple, guys. Nice and simple. Works really well on these style bases. Works really well on those box bases. Even anti-3s go down to this. It's a really fun attack. It's a very, very fun attack. And like I said, if you're struggling this CWL, maybe this one will help you out. There we go with the 3-star. Let's see if we can get one more real quick. So one more live example here in Legends. All right, so we do have an invis here. You got to be careful of the invises. I think like on the bases where you have like the double invis in the core, it might be worthwhile bringing a log launcher. I'm not sure. But on this invis, we could just freeze that one invis here. The base is pretty symmetrical, so it doesn't really matter where we go in, except for this wall is closed. So I'm gonna go in over here with the King, since this area is closed off. Again, King right in here. Go ahead and put our barracks in, and then we'll overgrowth right through here. Okay, nice. Now what we can do is we can start working everything through. Literally just spam it all in here. I know you guys are probably sick of hearing spam, seeing spam. It's so good, man. It's so good. Go ahead and work through there. We'll overgrowth our next little section. Go ahead and throw that down. Ooh, invis went off. Uh-oh, we got invis going off. That's okay, we're fine. We're not gonna panic. We're just gonna let everything work here. All right, we got some things coming back for it. Warden ability protects us. All right, then we can just work down the line here. I'm gonna go ahead and I am going to overgrowth, I think this, as we get the eagle down right here in the middle. Just plop that down right here in the middle. I'm gonna go ahead and bring RC in over here. I know I said normally with the hogs, but I think I want that RC supporting the queen over here since the queen was under a lot of damage. And we also got some roots and stuff over here to support as well. All right, nice. Let's throw this in to deal with that king. Get a little bit of cleanup in behind. That's the one thing with this attack is you gotta kind of make up like, really like you should know where the first two overgrowths are. You gotta kind of figure out where you're going with that third one. Are you going back to that first area or maybe like a rage core like the center of this base here? I felt that that was the better play, so we went for that rage core where all these defenses were going to be raged up, and I think that's going to work out for us. It protects all those troops. We did get that eagle down nice and early, so I think that was the better move. King with no rage gem with giant gauntlet is just so weird. It's so weird, man. And then we swag out the RC ability. Yeah, it wasn't the prettiest this time, but we get through. Look how many roots we have up still. We got what, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 roots, both P.E.K.K.A.s, still some Valkyries up. I mean, how could you not like this army, guys? That's the real question. If you're struggling with CWL, I recommend giving this army a try. It's really fun. It's really easy. Should be able to get it with a few practices. Link will be down there in the description and in the comments. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. You guys have a great day. Keep on clash bashing.